was true, from a certain point of view.
A prophecy that misread could have been.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Unlearn what you have.
Hey there, my fellow Jedi and Padawan friends. This is Jason from Star Wars and Philosophy coming once again to you. And today I wanted to talk about another stunning announcement. Spoiler alert, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that Kylo Ren is the chosen one of the new trilogy. So before we get into that, I just want to remind you, as I always do, please subscribe if you haven't already and enable those notifications. I do videos on Star Wars and the cults several times a week, and if you want to get notified on the latest and greatest, then please do that. Give a thumbs up on this video as well, and remember to share these things with your friends. And now, let's get back into why you're here. So, I want to talk about this announcement that was made that Kylo Ren is the chosen one of this trilogy. First of all, I want to see in your comments, what do you think about that announcement? How many of you were expecting Rey or Finn or Luke to be, or Snoke to be the key figure in this trilogy? How many of you are disappointed by Kylo Ren being? How many of you are excited and you're super Kylo Ren fans? So let me hear your thoughts down below. Second, I wanted to explore this with a few different questions. First, I wanted to approach it from similarities between Anakin and Kylo Ren. Now, obviously, Kylo Ren is Anakin's grandson. Okay, and we know that Kylo Ren really adores and pays homage and really respects his grandfather. He talks to the mask of Darth Vader, and he is asking his grandfather to show him again the darkness, and I will finish what you have begun. Okay, so that is the first clue. And so the second similarity is that they were both manipulated from an early age. Now, for those of you who aren't aware of this, maybe who just saw the Force Awakens movie and haven't read the novelization, here is a quote from the novel that doesn't show up in the movie. This is a conversation between Leia and Han in regards to Snoke and his influence over Kylo Ren, even from the point that he was born, even within the womb. Always, from the shadows in the beginning, even before I realized what was happening, he was manipulating everything, pulling our son toward the dark side. He knew our child would be strong with the Force, that he was born with an equal potential for good or evil. Now, we know that if you watch the prequels, you saw that Palpatine was keeping his eye on, as he says, I am going to keep my eye on you, young boy. And we saw that, in fact, he was, from the time that Anakin comes on the scene into the Jedi's sight, Palpatine was behind the scenes trying to manipulate, even messing with his dreams, trying to seduce Anakin to the dark side. Then, now we have third similarity here. Palpatine wanted Anakin to be trained in the dark and the light. Now, this is something that maybe a lot of people haven't caught on to, and I find is really, really interesting, is that I find the Sith actually closer to the direction that they're wanting to go now in terms of the Jedi. In the original trilogies and the prequels, I find that the Sith were actually closer to this balance within the Force. Here's a quote from Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith.
If one is to understand the great mystery, one must study all its aspects, not just the dogmatic, narrow view of the Jedi. If you wish to become a complete and wise leader, you must embrace a larger view of the Force.
Now, you may remember in The Force Awakens that that Snoke says,
It is far more than that. It is where you are from. What you are made of. The dark side and the light. The finest sculptor cannot fashion a masterpiece from poor materials.
And so you have this similarity in the desire of the dark side master to train their Padawan in the dark and the light, and in a balance between those. And that was common with Palpatine, as it is with Snoke. Fourth, Palpatine was just using Anakin for his power. And this seems to be pretty obvious with Snoke as well. Some have gone so far as to say that he is trying to do a Force Essence transfer into Kylo Ren to get rid of that very beat up and abused body of his, and that Palpatine was trying to do the same thing. And that remains to be seen. Fifth, they both do terrible things on their path to the dark side. So obviously Anakin went into the Jedi Temple and killed all the younglings. He killed all the Sand people in defense of his mother, or in vengeance of his mother after she dies. And so also Snoke has Kylo Ren killing Han Solo. Which that was something that Darth Vader didn't do. When he was confronted with his son, he ends up getting redeemed at that moment, even though he thought it was too late. Which brings me to this next question. Does this mean, since Kylo Ren is the chosen one of the new trilogy, that he will be redeemed? And so I'd love to hear your comments down below on that. Do you think that Kylo Ren can be or will be redeemed? And how does this play into his role as the chosen one? And then the next question I want to discuss with all of you, what does the chosen one mean in this trilogy? Some have proposed that Kylo Ren is trying to fulfill the prophecy of the Sithari, and some have pointed out, like myself, that there is actually a new prophecy that is guiding this trilogy that is found at the beginning of the Force Awakens novelization. And you've heard me say it's cut from the Journal of the Whills 7477. And it has to do with a balance that is coming through refined Jedi sight connected to the resolving of the gray. So, I've talked about how Luke and Rey may be going that route with all of his statements that the Jedi must end, and, balance, light, darkness, and the Last Jedi, and all that stuff. Now, I want to hear what your thoughts are about the dark side part of this equation. Snoke and Kylo Ren, are they going to be coming towards the gray? And we already see that he wants him to be trained in the light and the dark, just like we talked about a second ago. But does that mean that the dark side will actually be more gray? And that's why we already don't have Sith as the dark side. Is Snoke actually more of a balanced leader and trainer for Kylo Ren than Luke? I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments, your theories down below so we can discuss them. Until next time, may His Force be with you.
Now, fulfill your destiny.
I encourage you, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share this video with others and this channel with others. It helps every time you do that. It actually helps the channel out financially, and it helps us to grow and get in front of others.